Yarde's not doing well. I think the refs. Oh, knocked him down. Yarde is down.
Ooh.
Left hook, short left hook from Sergey Kovalev. Fight is over. Fight is over.
Wow.
Wow. And more of just a jab that knocked him down, to be honest. It wasn't even left hook. It was more just a short jab, compact, hard jab. Wow.
With a temple shot, did it look like?
No, it was on the chin.
Was it?
I just saw the highlight. They just played the highlight already.
Okay.
Which is, I've never seen them play a highlight that quick in my life. That was like kind of nice, right?
Yeah.
Oh, here's it again. Nope, chin shot. Definite chin shot. Caught him right on the button.
Yeah.
Wow. And honestly, I think he was just exhausted more than anything, and he was getting beat up.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a tiredness thing involved there.
Whew. Wow. Call in, guys. 323-870-4051. Press 1 to get in the queue. International callers, Skype, Mix, Combat Radio. Boom saying good night. No, Boom, not good night. Call in.
Good night.
Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe. Rob, thoughts on the performance of Sergey Kovalev right now?
Yeah, he pulled it out of the bag. He was in serious trouble. I think it was round 8. I thought he was going to get stopped. Managed, I guess, with experience and maybe not enough left in the round for Yarde to do his thing, but he came back with an amazing round 9. He got his legs back under him. Real good boxing performance. He'd already got a lot of rounds under his belt from the first half of the fight, maybe 5-1 up after 6 rounds, something like that. And yeah, I mean, big credit to Yarde, despite the bookies having the odds close and sort of, making people think, damn, what do the bookies know that we don't, or is there just a lot of money going on Yarde? But I thought he had a real good account of himself, showed that he kind of belongs at the level. Obviously, it's stood out that Yarde has maybe got some things to work on, and but to step up like this against someone of Kovalev's caliber, I think he's done himself proud, and it was a real good fight, I thought.
I agree completely. Let's go out to Skype and start getting some callers. The Dreamer on Skype. What's up?
Hey. Hi, guys.
Good. Hey, man. How are you?
Good. MC Treasure in the chat.
MC Treasure, what's up?
Yeah, great. I just watched the fight, and I mean, like, what did we expect, right? I mean, he gave a great effort. Like, I got to give my hands up to him. Like, give his credit where it's due. Like, he basically was there to, he showed a great chin. He took too many shots. The whole hands down thing, trying the whole shoulder roll thing. Like, it was always going to be a problem. He almost had Kovalev at one point, but he gasped pretty bad trying to finish Kovalev off, and he never quite recovered. And then he gets KO'd. Now, I guess we got to see where they go from here, but great fight. He's made good money from the fight, so it is what it is. Respect the both guys. Like Kovalev, the old guy, like, he was just hanging in there, respecting his old age, like pacing himself. He almost went 2, but like he recovered better, so great fight, really action-packed.
Agreed on all parts. What do you want to see from both guys? What's next? If you're playing matchmaker, what fights do you want to see for Kovalev and Yarde?
What does Canelo do to Canelo do to Kovalev? Yeah, that seems to be the
probably going to be Kovalev. It's probably going to be Canelo Kovalev next, yeah.
Yeah, Canelo Kovalev, it sounds weird to me, like, because I know Canelo is like really good, but I just feel like Kovalev really uses his distance well, and I don't know. And he's so like great with the jab that I don't know how Canelo is gonna get in on him. So that fight, I'm still not quite sure why Canelo wants to fight so much or so bad. And even the whole gas thing, like, Kovalev, 7-round fighter or whatever. Like I think since he's been working with like Buddy McGirt, he's been showing a bit of like pacing himself better, just keeping a little bit of reserve extra in the tank, right? So, I mean, if Canelo and Kovalev goes down, like, I don't know, maybe a decision either way. Canelo might get it if it's in Vegas as usual, but I don't see him knocking out Kovalev. And Yarde, I think they got to take on some domestic rivals just to, Hosea Button, I think it's called or something.
Burton, yeah, Hosea Burton. There's Callum Johnson.
Callum Johnson
No,
probably be fun.
not Callum Johnson. Callum Johnson can crack. He doesn't want to eat any more punches like that right away. I think you gotta get Hosea Button first. Maybe bring back Frank Buglioni and beat his ass up. Just something soft. Just one or two soft ones like that. And then he could step up to like a Callum Johnson, maybe like the peripheral light heavyweight contenders. Grab one of those guys again and then try to fight one of the other champions.
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
mean, there's a big domestic fight with Buatsi if that could get made. Obviously, rivaling networks and promoters, but that would be a big domestic one. Although, coming off a loss, I don't think this has really hurt Yard's career. This is if he
Yeah,
doesn't come away from this without learning something, then this is where you learn. He
I agree.
took a big
yeah,
lesson tonight, and you know,
yeah.
Other,
It was a respectful effort. I don't think anyone's gonna be like, "Oh, you're trash" after this fight.
agreed.
you'll be surprised. Tune into Twitter, you'll be surprised.
Thank you for the call, MC Treasure. Really appreciate it.
That's sweet.
I agree in large part that like other than like winning the fight, obviously this is probably the best outcome for Yard. He looked fantastic in the fight. Hurt Kovalev at times. I would say, it's funny. Lord Jacob, longtime listener to the show, right? Always a funny guy. He said that Yard looked more one-dimensional than he thought. I will say the exact opposite. I thought Yard was a pretty one-dimensional fighter, and he showed more levels to his game, especially his defensive game, more than ever. His footwork was far better than I ever thought it was. His parrying ability, his head movement was better than what I thought it was. His power was better. His ability to counter in terms of just pure accuracy was better than what I previously thought it was. I think Yard, it may be, quote, one-dimensional in the fact that he wants you to tee off and then fire back with combinations and counters and hurt you, and that's kind of all he does. Maybe that's how you describe him as one-dimensional. But his game is a lot better, maybe I should say, than what I think most people thought it was. But let's move on to more callers, unless Rob, you have anything else to say?
Just Mike Coppinger, down goes Yard, and he's not getting up. Big come from behind KO victory for Kovalev.
Well, yeah.
A big come from behind KO victory.
Maybe because of him getting hurt.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe that's what he's meaning.
I don't think at any point Kovalev was behind to come back from, but
I think he's referring to the 8th round.
yeah, all right. Just word it better than if you're a journalist with
Oh my God, Rob,
writing skills.
It's okay. It's okay, Rob. Relax. Let's go out to Santiago in LA. Santiago,
Santi.
what's up? Oh shit! Hold on. Sorry, Santi. Now you're unmuted. Santi.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you
Yeah,
now.
we got you, man. We got you.
All right, then. Well, hell yeah. You know what? The bookies apparently knew something we didn't because obviously, we all had our thoughts about Yard. No name on his record. Didn't really show much. Hadn't gone past 7 rounds, But I think this is Yard probably is a case of a guy who, when you put him up against that kind of caliber level, he can raise his game up to be at that level. And so it's going to be very curious to see how what he takes away from this fight as he moves forward in his career. Because I definitely think that probably a year, maybe a year and a half down the line, he probably fights again for another world title. He definitely showed some pretty good defensive acumen to his game. Obviously, gotta spar and probably work on your cardio a little bit more. And, to be honest with you, if Kovalev does take the Canelo fight, I don't know how much more improved he can make his own cardio at this point in his career and at this stage of his life either, because Canelo has a very vicious body game, and he still shows to get winded because, like you said, he's never been the guy who's been known to go the distance comfortably and, get the wins. It's either been at his pace, or if the pace gets taken away by about the halfway point of the fight, you start seeing him, need to, catch his breath and everything. So if he takes the fight, I think that's the fight where he goes for the money, calls it a career, probably loses in my opinion with those body shots. And yeah, like someone said in the chat, I can only imagine Canelo probably looking at this fight right now being like, yeah, I can take him. I can definitely take him.
So yeah, you think Canelo wins a Kovalev fight? I'm assuming.
I think he does, and I think it's all of it will have to be with the fact that Canelo is one of the best body punchers in the game, and I don't know if you can prepare for that in Kovalev's case. I really don't. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, maybe just the weight jump is too much. That might just be just a factor, an X factor that cannot be ignored. But it does seem like Canelo, based off of this fight with Yarde, does have the right style to beat Kovalev. Like if size is not a issue, Canelo is the better fighter. Absolutely agree. What do you want to see from Anthony Yarde now?
I would look for I'm okay with him taking like a comeback fight, like a guy he's supposed to beat. I would very much be very curious to see him go up against Joe Smith Jr. I think that would be a real. This is my I belong here, and when I fought, Kovalev, it was this was just my one night performance. I think this is the fight that puts him up there and tells the world, yeah, wasn't a fluke. I am the goods. Take me seriously.
Anything else, Santi?
No, that's about it, man. So I'm gonna let you be so you guys can get going. Take it easy, and maybe if you guys do something later tonight, I'll be around.
Probably nothing tonight because I have a good friend in town, the godfather to my son is in town for my son's birthday, so probably not gonna do anything tonight. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna go out and have fun. But I saw the one-on-one. Don't worry. Okay. I was going to get to that right now. Gary and the 347 number. I'm going to get to you in a second. Let me go to this news about Canelo Kovalev. Chris Mannix reporting as I get it up. Come on over here. There we go. Chris Mannix reporting on Kovalev being ready to face Canelo in November. Kathy Duva from Russia tells Sports Illustrated, I have to talk to Sergey and Igis, obviously Igis being the manager of Sergey Kovalev, but tell Canelo we're coming back to America. Ooh. So, Rob, we're probably getting Canelo Kovalev next, right?
Yeah. Lou DiBella. Kovalev is a punched ticket. Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
I feel like that's a hint of sarcasm there from Lou DiBella. But let's move on to some more callers. Unless, Rob, you want to jump in and talk about Canelo Kovalev at all?
I feel Canelo would be too good of a boxer. The only issue for me is how does Canelo carry that weight and things like that. We saw a very large Rocky Fielding tower over little, because Canelo wouldn't say he's necessarily a big middleweight, but Kovalev's obviously a different prospect to a Rocky Fielding. But I think he's shown tonight that whilst showing experience and to come out of that 8th round, I think that's due to maybe a lack of experience from Yarde, not the composure and whatever to get a finish in that 8th round. So I think a Canelo would have the skills, obviously, to when got a guy hurt to put it to bed, so to speak. So I would definitely favour Canelo in the Kovalev fight. But for me, the issue is the carrying the weight. Very quick. If Lou DiBella again, if he ever decides to spar, maybe Yarde could discover what a jab is.
Lord Jacob replying to me talking about whether or not Yarde has dimensions and levels to his game and stuff like that. He said, I'm not saying Yarde showed nothing. I just thought he had more IQ. He didn't work behind his jab to get on the body. Is that on Tundi? Maybe. Obviously speaking. And Jacob adding, he didn't spar at all. I think that was an issue. He's a young guy. He needs to be sparring. And even if it's if the issue is hey, let's not wear ourselves out with gym wars, I completely understand that. I'm probably more in favor of controlled sparring for camps than just going out there and beating up on your sparring partners as hard as you can for 8 or 12 weeks. I think that's stupid. So I agree with the sentiment that Tundi and that camp are trying to do, but no sparring for a guy that has not even 20 pro fights and not even 20 amateur fights. No, he needs to be sparring. And if it's controlled, then it's controlled. But it needs to be sparring. Because that's how he does start getting that jab in his arsenal if he needs it. But I don't think that was particularly the biggest issue with his game tonight. I don't think he was throwing enough. And that's been an issue with his game from the get-go, is that he doesn't throw counters enough. He's not confident in his combinations enough, it looks like.
By the way, if anyone's interested, Sky Bet have got odds already for Canelo Kovalev. Canelo is a minus 333 and Kovalev is a plus 250.
All right. Going out to Gary in Dallas. Gary, what's up, man?
That was a great fight.
That was fun.
I just thought that Kovalev was going to outbox him and go the distance. And after about 5 rounds, I said, okay, this is just going to be the same thing. That turned out to be a great fight. As far as Yarde goes, you were saying earlier, everyone had their thoughts on Yarde. I really didn't. The only thought I had on Yarde was he's not ready for this fight. And I think that was proven correct. Now, I think within the next year or two, he may be at a world championship level, because that was a really good performance, right? If you're Yarde's team, I know you got knocked out, but there's nothing to hang your head about, right? You almost knocked out Kovalev, right? After the 8th round, I guess it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Gary, at the end of round 8, it looked like Yarde was perfectly ready for this fight.
Yeah, I had given every round to Kovalev prior to that, and then after the 8th round, Yarde's going to win this fight. He just ran out of gas a little bit. But if you're Yarde's team, that's a win. I know you got knocked out and whatever, but that's a win. He did way better than I thought. He's more versatile than I thought. He's a good fighter, right? He just wasn't ready to fight a Hall of Famer yet. As far as next, I would love that Joe Smith Jr. fight. I think that would be, if he could beat Joe Smith Jr., then he's ready to fight for a world title again, right? The other 2 fights would be Caleb Johnson and Pascal. Those were the other 2 names I'd like to see him fight.
I don't know about Pascal, man. Pascal just knocked out Marcus Brown, man.
Yeah, but Pascal is so flawed, too. Pascal just loads up and swings. He's the Arthur Abraham of the light heavyweight division. He just loads up and throws wide punches. He's good. He's an athlete. He's got skills. He's got speed. He doesn't throw anything straight. He can be had. And if you that's the level of, if Joe Smith Jr. fought Pascal, would win.
Joe Smith Jr.?
Okay, if Caitlin Johnson fought Pascal, who do you think would win?
Maybe Pascal.
That's a 50-50. I feel those are all kind of 50-50 fights. That's the level of guy, just the notch below the world champions, that Yarde should fight next. If he could beat those guys, which I think he can. I'm not saying he definitely can, but I think he's in that group of guys. That group just a notch below. I was impressed by Yarde. The way he came back. I thought he fought well. I thought he was going to just get outclassed, and he was losing, I thought, most of the early rounds, not all the early rounds. But he never looked totally outclassed. So, yeah, I was impressed. I think it was a good performance. Now, I want to talk about the Canelo thing.
Of course.
You guys are talking each other's down Primrose Path. You were always the guy that's saying there's weight classes for a reason. You can't jump up 2 weight classes and beat one of the best guys in the weight class. And now you're saying Canelo's going to win. Now,
and here's why.
I'm not saying Canelo can't.
Here's why. Okay?
Yep.
Because a guy like Anthony Yarde just did that to Sergey Kovalev. That's why. I know we're in the time where we should be giving credit to Anthony Yarde and his performance. However, he is still a guy that had 18 professional fights, no amateur background really, had 0 European British level fights, let alone world level fights. And he did what he just did to Sergey Kovalev, who is now 36, 37 years old, getting older, and in more and more wars. Canelo is peaking. Canelo has everything that Yarde had that worked against Kovalev, and he has it times 100. You know, like Yarde's head movement and shoulder roll, which gave Kovalev a lot of issues. Canelo has that, plus the footwork times a billion. Like, I just see it. Like, come on. Like, Canelo is so good. Canelo is the greatest boxer alive right now. Okay, so like, I agree. I agree, Gary, that it's very hard for me to say this because Kovalev is 2 weight classes bigger than Canelo, and Canelo started at 147. This is a giant weight jump. And I've been next to Canelo when he cut down to 154. And he's a 5'8" dude. He's 5'8" and a half. The dude's like barely shorter than me, okay? He's not a big guy. However, he's that good. And the dynamics of the style parity between them is just really hard to overlook. But I will say this: I am preliminarily picking Canelo, but I could waffle on that at any point. So don't hold me to that.
I would lean towards Canelo too, so I'm not disagreeing with you,
Okay.
right? But there's so many unknowns, right? Like you said, Canelo's 5'8", Kovalev is 6'2",
Yep.
and he's got a great jab. How does Canelo get inside enough to break down his body? Because you don't have to get inside often. How do you get past that jab at that much of a disadvantage?
With his
I mean,
greatness.
maybe he can.
Facts. Greatness.
With his greatness, Gary.
I'll be honest. I could see Canelo walking down Kovalev, a la like the second Triple G fight, and trying to slip under that jab and land his right hand to the body and his left hook to the body.
Yep.
I see that happening a lot.
He could. And being that much shorter
Actually might help.
actually be an advantage because now you're punching down. Because what is Kovalev, like 6'2"? And Canelo's
Maybe.
5'8"?
Maybe 6'2". I don't know if he's 6'2". That feels like it's super tall for him.
6'1"? 6'2"? I mean, he's tall.
I'll go
He's taller
6'1".
than
I'll go 6'1".
Oh, fuck's sake.
Okay.
You're arguing about an inch. Jesus. Does it really make the difference?
Hey, for guys, we will argue about that inch.
We will.
Did I?
I'm 5'11". If you call me 5'10", I'm like, well, no, I'm 5'11", right? It's just,
You 5'10" or 11.
okay.
3'10".
Again, that disadvantage, that size disadvantage, could actually be an advantage for Kovalev, right? Like Ken Norton against Ali. He's so short, he's punching down on him, and he can't keep him off. That could play to an advantage. The other thing is, you don't know that Canelo's power is going to translate to 175. Now, you saw it at 68, and it was still good enough to get rid of Fielding at 68.
Doesn't mean
But now
much.
you're going up another weight class.
No, the Fielding knockout doesn't mean much because Fielding got knocked out by Callum Smith in 1 round, and that was the only fight of note that Rocky Fielding was ever really in at the world level. Doesn't really matter to me. I will say this though, that again we have a guy in Kovalev that is getting older and taking more and more punishment with each and every fight.
Yeah,
That's an issue.
Let's not forget Canelo is also getting older at the same time.
But he's getting older and getting into his prime. And on top of that, we just saw what he did with Daniel Jacobs, who is around 6'1" or 6'2", and he utterly dominated him, in my opinion.
we disagree. Again, Kovalev won the fight. I think dominating is a really strong word, but that's fine.
It's not because it's accurate.
Canelo is the greatest fighter in the world. Like, you can argue, it's a reasonable argument, it's a fair argument, he's got the best resume probably, that he's the best fighter in the world. But it's not like Floyd Mayweather or Roy Jones Jr. in their primes, where they're so much better than everyone else. There are 4 guys that are equally as good as Canelo.
Name them.
With Canelo being one of them. Like, you've got Inoue, Bud Crawford, and Lomachenko.
Wow, no Usyk? That's disrespectful.
Usyk, I put 5. Right? Until he does it at another weight class, I'm going to keep Usyk at 5.
Charlie Edwards.
Charlie, I love Charlie Edwards. Not ready to put him there yet.
That is such a deep UK cut too. You know what I mean? Like that's not even like, wow.
Punch perfect, Charlie Edwards. What are you talking about? Absolute masterclass clinic.
Oh my god, that was good. I like that. That was good, Rob.
I know.
Sure, Gary. I'm just in the mood to be silly and argue with you.
Like Eddie Hearn said, when he was
Canelo dominated Triple G in the second fight, and he beat him in the first fight. The judges robbed him.
You love that word dominated. You win a close decision, you dominated the person.
dominated.
No, he didn't. He didn't dominate. He didn't dominate Triple G in the second fight, but he clearly won, and he clearly won the first fight as well. Fight me.
I scored the first fight for Canelo 8-4, and I scored the second fight for Canelo 7-5. So I actually had the second fight closer. But the first fight had so many close rounds in it. I mean, you can't say anyone clearly won the first fight.
I can.
It's one of those fights where you can go back and watch. How did you have the first fight, Rob?
I had
How you had it by point?
Triple G winning it clearly 7-5.
Okay, I mean, you could have a clear 7-5 decision, but I mean, you don't think there were any close rounds that could have went the other way? None? Zero?
No, that's why it was clearly 7-5.
It's okay. Rob can be wrong. It didn't happen.
And he
That's
won,
not true.
And Triple G won the second fight.
Rob,
clearly
Rob,
7-5.
I was there. Okay.
You were drunk there.
Okay, that's beside the point.
Yeah, you probably scored the fucking fight that you could see with one eye.
No, the funny part is
you could with the other.
The funny part is live. I definitely scored it for Triple G.
Yeah.
Which one? The first one?
Yeah, when I was watching it live, drunk off my ass in the arena, yeah, I definitely scored it for Triple G.
Maybe scoring a fight is like darts, right? Maybe you do it a little better when you've been drinking. You know?
Nope.
It doesn't make any sense. But,
Nope, that's not true. Trust me. Another key
not.
time where I know that's wrong, I was not drunk, but I think I was having a good time over at Info Joe's house for the second Leo Santa Cruz Carl Frampton fight. And I scored Carl Frampton winning that fight for some god awful reason. So I don't know how that happened other than substances.
I don't think. I think Santa Cruz won the second fight, but I think it was close. Like there were enough close rounds where you could score it for Frampton. I don't think it's like a ridiculous scorecard.
Don't encourage me.
Okay. I scored both Abner Morris' fight, both of them against Santa Cruz. I scored both of them for Abner Morris. So
Really?
I don't know.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Gary is
I'm
weird.
the only one on the face of the earth who did that. The last thing I wanted to ask you. So obviously, it seemed like Golden Boy did not want to have Canelo face Kovalev, right? Do you think that's changed? Do you think
Why would you say that?
Golden Boy is like, say what?
Why would you say that it's obvious that Golden Boy doesn't want Kovalev?
When there's a deal in
Because
place.
they were trying to have him sign a fight. They negotiate. Canelo said he wanted to wait for the outcome of the Kovalev fight.
Mm-hmm.
Golden Boy said that they were close to signing a fight with Andrade. So it seemed to me that they were trying to rush.
Well, to be fair, we don't know if it was Golden Boy that said that. Golden Boy didn't say that.
Okay.
It was sources. So, I mean, was it Golden Boy that leaked that information out? I don't know. Was it Canelo? I don't know. It doesn't really make sense if it was Canelo.
It wasn't Canelo.
But I
know about it.
But again, like Golden Boy, I think was never like on the record or anything about that topic, or I should say that no reporter said, "Hey, sources within Golden Boy said X, Y, and Z."
According to Mannix and I think other journalists, there's a deal in place for the Kovalev fight now. Yeah. It's done, kind of thing. And it's whether Kovalev wants to do it 3 months after this fight, November 2nd or whatever.
I think, yeah.
I think it goes for the money.
If you're going to do it now, right? I mean, because Kovalev, if he goes through a unification fight with Bivol, I think he loses, right? So if Canelo is going to fight Kovalev, or he's going to fight light heavyweight, do it now. Get Kovalev after a war like this. He's aging a bit. If you're going to do this, he has to do it now.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I don't think that.
Go and take that money.
That's all I got. I'm gonna head over to the arena for the Figueroa fight. Matt, you're not doing a live chat. Your buddy doesn't want to do a live fight chat for the Figueroa fight.
Come on, man. I'll be honest. I was thinking about getting my buddy on for like championship rounds, like late tonight after some good times, and start going through the list of boxers in our rankings and see how many of them he doesn't know. It'd be really fun. I was thinking about that.
I was going to ask you.
Casual as hell, or
casual as hell.
Oh, okay. We'll see how many he does know. That might be a quicker game. Not how many he doesn't know.
Well, I'm just gonna go through everyone.
All right.
Yep. Anyways, Gary, thank you for the call. Sorry, yeah, no live fight chat tonight for Figueroa. And I'll be honest, even if I did have my friend over, I'm not doing a live fight chat for that fight. Come on, let's be honest.
Not doing John O'Carroll?
Is John O'Carroll fighting?
Yeah.
Oh, he's fighting on the Strata card. I keep reading they put a bunch of UK names.
Yeah, Liam Smith.
In the middle of Mexico for no reason. That makes sense.
Liam Smith's going to scout it up and call out Munguia.
That makes promotional sense. Yeah.
In his hometown.
Anyways, guys, you can find me and Matt Hunter, MCR, all platforms. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe, leave a comment down below what you thought of the fight, what you want Kovalev to do next, what you think of the Canelo Kovalev fight, and also where do you sort of rate Yarde now? Where I think he sort of exceeded expectations in a loss, but still exceeded expectations. What do you want next for Anthony Yarde? Leave a comment down below. A like button, share the show. Again, patreon.com/Mixed Combat Radio to help support the channel in any financial way. Rob?
Yeah, UK Rob, MCR, Instagram and Twitter. Give me a follow. Like Matt said, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're slowly ticking our way towards 2,000 subscribers. A little way to go, but obviously you guys spread the word, share the shows, hit that thumbs up, helps people see the shows and all that. So but shout out to both fighters. It was a really good fight. Anthony Yarde come away, he can hold his head up high. I thought he put in a real good performance, and didn't let anybody down. He came to fight under a lot of people felt he was definitely going to be out of his depth, out of his league, and he showed that he, I don't know whether truly belongs, but he belongs there in that top, mix
15,
up.
20, yeah.
Oh, top 10, easy. No,
I don't know about that yet.
Yeah, I do. It's my outro, so you missed your chance to say that in yours.
I'll shut up then. I'm sorry. I'll shut up.
But yeah, and Kovalev, his experience showed, weathered the storm in round 8 and came out with a real good performance from then on, really, and showed his class, showed his experience, and so shout out to him. Hopefully, for me, I know Matt doesn't really want to see it, but Kovalev and Canelo, I'm intrigued. I want to see the fight. So yeah, don't forget, check us out on Patreon. There's a recent boxing banter show on there and things like that. But yeah, Lions in the camp.
Lions in the camp.
Mufasa, kind of.
Lions in the camp. Peace.
Later. Lions in the camp.
I want smoke.
Lions in the camp.
Lions in the camp.
Are you off your tits? Have you been smoking something?
Lions in the camp.
Lions in the camp.
Stay off the weed.
Lions in the camp.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Everybody's on steroids. The whole UFC, everybody.
Lions in the camp.
Hey, pussy, are you still there?
Lions in the camp.